Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk. Back in another video today. And the Houston Astros lose to the Texas Rangers in the series finale, 9-1, and a kind of a ass beating for the Astros in this one. They lose. This is the worst loss of the season so far. I know we're 16 games in, but this was a loss where I'm not gonna say starting pitching was bad because Valdez, I will say he had a horrible ending to what the ending that he had. Gave up 4 hits at the end. Gave up a couple walks too, or not at the end. I think at the end he had given up 2 hits or something, and gave up a walk or 2 in that final inning of work. But before that final inning, in the 7th inning, where he really struggled, he had the bases loaded with 0 outs, gave up a run. He wasn't that bad. Right, he was great throughout his start, but once once you got to your bullpen near us, he was okay. But then the bullpen just got Blanco gave up a lot of hits, and so did Nearest as well, giving up a huge hit which was a grand slam. So the bullpen with Blanco gave up, I think, 3 earned runs, or it doesn't say he gave up any earned runs. That stat is not right because it only says we gave up 2 earned runs, but they scored 9, so that doesn't make sense. But basically, Blanco, he gave up 2 hits. Nearest, the Nearest threw a grand slam, which I don't know if that goes to Valdez or if that goes to Nearest because that doesn't show up. So I mean, the pitching was not that great in this one, but that's really it. But yeah, pitching was solid, but there were a couple times in this game where it was just awful. But the Astros do lose this one 9-1. Let's go over the stats. 9-1 final score, obviously. 8 hits for the Rangers, 4 for the Astros. 2 errors in this ball game for the Astros. One was a play, a ground ball to Pena that it threw really low that ended up being an error for the Astros, and that was one of the runners that scored. So that could have been a run and that would have been an extra out in that inning too. So that was a play that really hurt the Astros in this game as well. But yeah, let's go to the scoring though. So in the 7th inning, the first run that scores is on a Heim RBI walk. Lau scored. Young to second. Garcia to third. 1-0 Rangers. Then Grossman with a single to left. Garcia scored. Heim to second. Young to third. Everybody's hauled up. Grossman, with that hit, I think he was 0 for 20 before that, so that had to feel really good for him. And then bases loaded, and Marcus Semien just clears the bases with a grand slam homer to left, 365 feet. Everybody scores. Young, Heim, and Grossman 6-0. Then the 7th inning, the Astros put their only run on the board with the Alex Bregman RBI walk. Pena scored. Myers to second. Hensley to third. 6-1. Then the 8th inning, the Rangers tack on 2 more. Heim hit sacrifice fly to right. Lau scored. Young to third. 7-1. Then Tavares double to left. Grossman scored and Young scored. 9-1 is the final score. Mauricio Dubon got a hit today, which extends his hitting streak to 11 games now. So that had to feel good for him. He had a single to right, but he was thrown out at second. Myers gets to third. He was 1 for 5 besides that single today. Alex Bregman was 0 for 3, but did have the only RBI and only run scored with the RBI walk. That ends his 6th game hitting streak that he had going on. So his 6 game hitting streak is over. Jordan was 1 for 4 today with the first single of the whole game, with a single first hit of the whole game for both teams. A single to right in the first, and then he was 1 for 4 the rest of the night. Abreu was 0 for 4 with a flyout, 2 pop outs, 2 ground outs, a pop out, and a flyout. Kyle Tucker was 0 for 2, but did walk twice in this game. A walk in the second and a walk in the eighth. He flat out and grounded out with his two other at bats. Pena was 1 for 3 today. He was hit by pitch in the fourth inning, and then he doubled to right in the seventh inning. And then David Hensley was 0 for 3 today with a walk in the seventh inning, and then 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a lineout. Jake Myers had a decent day. He walked twice in this one, a walk in the fifth and a walk in the seventh to load the bases up. Then he flat out and fouled out. And then Martin Maldonado, another walk for the Astros. You know, the Astros didn't hit the ball well today, but they had a lot of walks. I mean, Bregman had a walk. Tucker had 2 walks. Hensley had a walk. Myers had a walk. Maldonado had a walk. So that's 6 walks right there. So 6 walks for the Astros today. But Maldonado walked in the third inning, and then he struck out twice in the fifth and seventh. Then Cesar Salazar with his first major league hit of his career, a single to center. That had to, be one of the best highlights for the Astros tonight. I mean, honestly, nothing good really happened for the Astros tonight. So how about the youngster getting his first career MLB hit? Congratulations to Salazar. But let's go to the pitching for the Astros tonight. Valdez went 6 innings, gave up 4 hits. Says they gave up 1 earned run, but that could be wrong because of the grand slam. I don't know if the 4 earned runs when the Rangers scored 9, and it only says we gave up 2, which I don't understand. Valdez he got 2 walks, and then he had 7 strikeouts. Nearest pitch the 7th inning gave it 1 hit and 1 strikeout. It says he only gave it 1 earned run, but it still doesn't make sense. Those earned runs of that grand slam has to go to somebody. It either went to Valdez or went to Neris. It doesn't say. Ronald Blanco, he pitched the 8th and 9th inning. He went 2 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, and 3 strikeouts for Blanco. Decent performance. He's been giving up a lot of hits in his last couple games he's been playing. But at the same time, he's going 2 innings. He gave up 3 hits, not that bad. 3 strikeouts, decent performance. Especially when it's such a getting blown out like that. I mean, it's not like you need him to pitch really well. So he pitched really decent in a game that when you're down 6-1. So that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Your thoughts on the game from today. Astros lose. Their worst loss so far this season. I hope nothing is worse, but with the season this long, with 162 games, there's bound to be a loss worse than this. I doubt it. Could happen, but there could definitely be a loss that's worse than this one. It's a long season, and the Astros lose the series 2-1, and Astros fans, Don't worry at all about the slow start. It's 7-9. The Astros always start off slow. Last 2 seasons, both seasons, they started off 11-11 last year, or either last year or 2021. They started 6-9. So Astros, they'll hit it. I say, if not by the end of April, and if not by the end of April, the beginning of May, you'll see the Astros. I think it'll be about 3 or 4 games after Brantley comes back, the Astros will start to be, look like the Astros you're going to be seeing, come postseason time, but you'll see, the best you can get out of them, and that's still not having Jose Altuve back. So excited to see how the Astros, go into this next series. It's going to be a harder opponent with the Blue Jays. They're red hot. They're one of the hottest teams in the MLB right now. They're 10-6. I think they did lose today to the Rays, but beat the Rays, who were a record 13-0 twice, and they've been playing great baseball recently. So definitely a hard opponent coming into Houston tomorrow for a 3-game series. Hopefully the Astros can at least take 2 out of 3. That's my prediction in that series. I don't think you sweep them, but I think the Astros can possibly take 2 out of 3 against the Blue Jays and former Astros superstar George Springer coming into town tomorrow. That's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoy them. Your thoughts on the game, and peace out. Go Astros.